Hello and welcome to the first episode of Pop Rap in the year of 2023.
Woo!
Cheer karo.
Woo!
2023 for the win.
Let's go. I hope you're better than the previous year.
This year shall be my year.
Yeah. I said last year.
New Year, same hope.
Yeah.
I have with me Abbas, Nikhil and Jalasmi.
Hello.
तो अच्छा मुझे एक फटाफट एक बात बताओ, रेजोल्यूशन पूछूं या न्यू ईयर में एंटर कैसे करे वो पूछूं?
कैसे करे वो पूछो.
न्यू ईयर में क्या किया वो पूछ.
कैसे एंटर करे मतलब ऑप्शन नहीं था. एंटर करना ही पड़ा.
31st को सोया हो गया यार अपने.
सुबह क्या तुमने भी डोमिनोज से मंगा के ये जोक मारा क्या? I ordered this pizza last year.
नहीं.
Yes, I did. We exactly did that.
No, but even I ordered pizza, not from Domino's, but from Slice.
Yeah.
SLYCE, Slice.
Wow.
Why?
Bombay में है?
My God.
Nice.
It's the most Abbas restaurant to buy.
I placed the order before 12, but he delivered after 12.
हाँ,
उसको
तो
एक साल लग गया.
आपने नए साल की शुरुआत पिज्जा से की. वाह 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 वाह.
मैंने अपने नए साल की शुरुआत किस चीज से करी? ओह वो मैं बोल नहीं सकता मैंने किस चीज से
Okay.
But where were you when New Year happened
I
for
was
you?
at home actually because I was cat sitting, a friend's cat and my own cat. So because when the fireworks go off, they get very scared. So I was at home with a bunch of friends.
Pizza and cats.
Pizza cat's friend.
He is nailing the New Year already.
Peak. Nikhil, what were you doing?
I was at my sister's place. A bunch of family friends and cousins had all come around.
संस्कारी बच्चा.
जी.
नहीं मैंने किया था इसको वीडियो कॉल.
बहुत
वो संस्कार नहीं थे.
कुछ नहीं करा. हमने एप्पल जूस पिया बहुत सारा.
एप्पल जूस.
एप्पल जूस.
Apple juice.
हाँ.
तुमने क्या किया जलस में?
हम लोग we were in Chennai in a hotel room.
ये होता है ना
Eating
happening.
pizzas. Cousins के साथ थी मैं. मेरे
चेन्नई में तो
बच्चों
थे
के
कम
साथ.
से मैं बोरीवली में था.
We had concluded a week-long East Coast road trip.
Wow, bro. East Coast, West Coast, Snoop Dogg,
Yeah,
Double G.
I hope Snayhil you got the answer you were looking for.
Yeah, bro.
यार तुम बहुत ही ज्यादा सैड हो. किसी का तो हैपनिंग हो कुछ जिंदगी में.
But I'll tell you how I entered New Year. हम लोग घर में बैठे हुए थे. हमने ऐसा थियोब्रोमा से एक केक मंगाया एंड उसको ऐसा काटा और मेरी बहन ने एलेक्सा पे चिल्ला दिया कि प्ले मान मेरी जान.
अरे भाई साहब.
Wow.
और जो हमने रिपीट पे आधा घंटा सिर्फ मान मेरी जान पे डांस किया. ऐसे हम लोग ने न्यू ईयर में एंटर किया. शाउट आउट टू किंग.
Snail to New Year.
बड़ा ही
Snail to
average गाना है
2023.
यार.
मान जा मेरी जान, मान जा मेरी जान. But that's how I entered New Year. And of course New Year gets with it too many resolutions. वो अलग बात है, हमने नहीं लिए. But ये episode will be about the resolutions that we want Bollywood and Bollywood celebrities to take.
Yes.
As simple as that. क्योंकि बॉलीवुड का जो 2022 वाला साल रहा है वो उतना प्यारा नहीं रहा है. थोड़ा ऐसा खट्टा
बुरा
मीठा
फकौल सा गंदा.
Really bad.
Horrible.
So we would want कि कुछ ऐसी चीजें हों जो बॉलीवुड भी वापस से अपनी उसी शाइनी पीक पे आ जाए. So this episode will be about that. So stay tuned guys. After this short break we'll talk about resolutions that Bollywood should take.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. Here's wishing you all a happy new year. As we step in the brand new year 2023, here's introducing Club Paisa Vaisa, which gives you early access to Paisa Vaisa episodes 3 days before release, ad-free content, bonus content, and access to full episode archives. So get your yearly membership today for only ₹6.99. Log on to club.ivmpodcast.com/paisavaisa. New episodes are out every Monday. On Paisa Vaisa, in the 5th part of Advisor Perspectives, Anupam talks to Melvin Joseph, Managing Partner, Finwin Financial Planners. They talk about the basics of financial planning, RIA model, and more. On Naan Curry, Sadaf and Archit are joined by Rahul Punjabi, Executive Chef of Masala Library. They discuss how Rahul adds a modern twist to the iconic old recipes. On The Origin of Things, Deepak talks about a church pianist who later went on to become huge in the music industry. Tune into this episode to know more. And on Smarter with Sid, Siddharth explains how to look at your New Year resolutions differently. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some exciting stuff for you. Follow us on social media via IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, please spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. You can also find our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Cap Gemini and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
And we're back. और right off the bat, let's start with खिलाड़ी कुमार. मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा उस भाई वो बेचारे का पिक्चर ही नहीं चल रहा है भाई. वो नहीं चल रहा है पिक्चर. लास्ट 3 मतलब पिछले साल में 3 पिक्चर दिया. कौन से थे? पृथ्वीराज लास्ट ईयर
4 right?
4
4 रहेगा आई थिंक 4 होना चाहिए.
राम सेतु, पृथ्वीराज, रक्षाबंधन
और there was one more. जिसका मुझे टाइटल भी नहीं याद है.
इतना बुरा था.
कुछ स्टोरी वोरी जैसा कुछ याद है
Not that I saw any of it.
कठपुतली. बच्चन पांडे bro.
बच्चन पांडे was last year?
Yeah, बच्चन पांडे was also
Now it
last
sounds
year.
more like Akshay Kumar. 5 movies in a year.
5 कठपुतली was an OTT release.
So, out of this I only saw Bachchan Pandey and I hated it.
I didn't see even one.
Bachchan Pandey.
I saw.
You
Oh
saw
no, I
Rakshabandhan.
didn't see Rakshabandhan actually. Rest I've seen.
इन्होंने
Nice.
सब देखी बाकी.
हाँ तो actually the
You are
thing
the
is
only person adding to his gross collections.
मेरे 278 rupees. But the thing is, my resolution for Akshay Kumar would be Lord of Akshay Kumar to comedy.
To comedy.
Yes, फिर हेरा फेरी 3 बनने वाली
फिर
थी,
हेरा
पर
फेरी
अक्षय
3 नहीं
कुमार
बन
said-
रही है.
बन रही है.
पर अक्षय कुमार ने
नहीं
बोला
बना.
था ना कि मैं नहीं करूंगा.
But हाँ, he said कि मैं नहीं करूँगा. And we've talked
Bad
about
decision.
this. We've talked about this on previous episodes. What do you like? Do you think this is the right resolution for Akshay Kumar to
One-
come back to comedy?
Resounding yes, as Abbas said in one of the previous episodes.
Yeah.
A
I was
resounding
watching
yes.
भागम भाग अभी weekend पे ही.
भागम भाग all
So
time
good.
legendary movie है bro. Legendary movie है.
Bro,
Akshay
so
Kumar
many.
really needs to, like, his mojo is in comedy. It's not in these stupid biopics, I
100%.
feel.
कितना मूवीज है और कितना ऐसा परफॉर्मेंसेस है उसका जो कॉमेडी में हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं. बोथ द हेरा फेरी मूवीज, ही इज गुड इन ऑल द हाउसफुल मूवीज. नो मैटर
True.
हाउ शिट द मूवीज आर,
True.
उसके परफॉर्मेंस में हंसने को आता है.
Even
There is
in
Bhagam
Welcome,
Bhag.
where he's playing the
Welcome
street
is
guy.
amazing.
Both Welcome,
Yeah,
in fact. दूसरे
yeah.
Welcome में भी he was very funny in the second Welcome also.
He was not there in the second Welcome
क्या
bro.
बोल रहा है Welcome 2 में?
Welcome back में John Abraham था.
Oh हाँ, fuck. That's how good.
Different. But I have a question for you, Snayhil. You want to add
नहीं
something?
बोल.
You saw 4 of these films,
Yeah.
right? Did you feel like the films were weak or was Akshay Kumar weak in those films?
यार I don't think Akshay Kumar as an actor I can say that he is weak because इतने साल हो गए हैं उसको इंडस्ट्री में. आई थिंक सो ऋतिक रोशन ने ना एक शायद फिल्म कंपेनियन के किसी एक इंटरव्यू में एक बात बोली थी कि इतने टाइम से जब तुम एक्टिंग करते हो ना तो तुम्हारे पास एक कुछ स्टॉक एक्सप्रेशंस होते हैं जो तुम्हें पता होता है कि तुमने इन सिचुएशंस को लेके क्रैक कर लिए हैं. तो आई थिंक अगर अक्षय कुमार वो अपने स्टॉक एक्सप्रेशंस के साथ भी खेल रहा ना तो दैट एक्टिंग विल नॉट बी अ बैड परफॉर्मेंस व्हेन इट कम्स टू अक्षय कुमार. हालांकि वो बहुत ही स्टॉक एक्सप्रेशन है, तुम्हें देख के पता लग जाता है कि इसमें उसने वो अब जैसे ऋतिक ने बताया था कि मैंने एक अलग से एक्टिंग इंस्ट्रक्टर हायर किया जो मुझे टोकता था जब भी मैं अपने स्टॉक एक्सप्रेशंस निकालता था. तो आई थिंक वो उतना मेहनत शायद नहीं किया होगा अक्षय कुमार ने.
Makes
और वो
sense.
I have a
Makes
different
sense.
take on that. I think he's phoning it in. I think he has stopped giving a shit.
वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ
that's what-
स्टॉक एक्सप्रेशन. दैट्स व्हाट
No,
आई
but
एम
that's
सेइंग.
not stock. You're saying stock expression means that's coming from a place of like style. I'm saying that's just him not giving a shit anymore.
Yeah, no, I think both of you are saying the same shit.
हाँ.
Right.
See, he's doing the stock expression
Yeah.
thing, but it's not because he's creating a brand or something like that. It's just उसको खत्म करना है कैसे भी करके कि तू recording खत्म कर, film publish कर, let's move on to the next project.
Exactly.
So he gave an
Fair,
interview
fair.
in which he talks about
Coffee
Hera
with
Peri.
Karan, he said this in Coffee with Karan. All I care about is money now. मेरे को नहीं फर्क पड़ रहा है script वगैरह
Okay,
से.
maybe I did. Was it this season?
Yeah, this
Okay.
was Samantha वाला episode.
Okay, वो मुझे नहीं याद, but the one in which he talks about Hera Peri 3, I think that was for Indian Express or something.
Okay.
That,
Very apologize
that-
to the fans.
Yeah, that
Okay, yeah.
interview I think is the best performance actually has given in 2023 because he's really being honest, he's really being genuine. He addresses the criticism he gets कि आप 15 दिन में film shoot कर लेते हो, and he's actually, you know, there's passion in what he's saying. So that please watch that interview if you haven't, where it seems like he's in battle with himself, whether what he wants to do and what his image has become.
Was it after Ram Setu time?
I
Could
think
he
so.
also have
Yeah, it was very
pressure
recent.
from people?
No, so my
like not like normal people
मतलब
from
10 बात
you
की
know
एक
who.
बात यार हाँ that's what I'm saying. You have been typecast into a certain kind of fandom.
Exactly.
For a
Correct, Dakwal.
for a certain particular ideology. Stop giving a shit about that. Just take good scripts and
But
do your shit, man.
Like through your own doing though. Like
yeah, sure, but clearly it's not working for him.
now
So-
it's not working for
Now it's not
So now
working for him
change the-
actually. I think if you
Change the
can't
tune.
change anyway. But I think it's been a while that उसने मतलब like अक्षय कुमार की कोई मूवी जो है वो आउट एंड आउट हिट गई है.
That's what अभी अक्षय कुमार का ट्रेलर आता है ना अगर तो लोग क्रिंज करते हैं
कि
Another one of Akshay Kumar.
Exactly.
And he's also become typecasted as somebody who does mostly only biopics.
Yeah.
तो अगर कुछ भी phenomenal करता है कोई इंसान, अक्षय कुमार इसकी biopic में
yeah,
next.
yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
I
he's
think
become
that's
that-
something he should realize that he's become so badly typecasted कि अब बस.
It's gotten to that extent जो उसका गोल नहीं था पिक्चर धनाधन गोल जिसमें
अरे
अक्षय
यार
कुमार
वो
था.
धनाधन गोल नहीं है वो हाउसफुल है.
अरे नहीं
Gold.
नहीं यार.
All his films are blending
अच्छा
into
नहीं
one.
इट्स हाउसफुल
I don't
इट्स
know.
हाउसफुल समझ
Houseful
गया
है.
मैं. तो वो अर्जेंटीना की जर्सी पहन के हाउसफुल में वो सीन है.
Yes.
बोल रहे मेसी का बायोपिक बना रहा है.
That's what I'm saying. His last movies are Ram Setu, Rakshabandhan, Katputli, Samrat, Prithviraj, Bachchan
Oh,
Pandey.
हाँ, how can you forget Prithviraj? So forgettable.
Lakshmi, Houseful
Lakshmi
4.
Bomb.
Wait, Lakshmi was the one in which he played a transgender.
Trans,
I believe.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Kesari,
What's his next movie?
Atrangi Re.
I think Kesari was the best.
I haven't
Now
जो
seen that.
इसकी last film.
Bro, I think his last film that I really liked was I guess Good News. और बेल बॉटम भी किया था ब्रो.
Bell Bottom was way
Bell
back.
Bottom was nice.
नो बेल बॉटम वाज लास्ट ईयर 2021 लाइक लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर मतलब
तो हो गया ना.
अब हम
3 साल हो
23
गए.
में आ
उसके बाद
गए.
6 पिक्चर आ गया उसका.
गुड न्यूज ब्रो. I think his last films में से the most I loved was Good News and that was
But
comedy.
Was
comedy.
Yeah.
Especially that scene when वो Fukke he just goes mad and then
हाँ.
that
Anand
scene
Nandini.
he nailed that
So
scene.
Good News is actually like
I
a
have heard
nice
it's good, yeah,
it's a nice film also because Diljit
हाँ,
in
of course,
comedy
of
is
course.
like मतलब
Yeah.
ऐसा चुम्मेश्वरी परफॉर्मेंस.
सिख अक्षय
But-
कुमार.
But I think this is one resolution that we all like agree upon. Akshay Kumar back to comedy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to comedy.
Totally.
फिर हेरा फेरी 3 अक्षय कुमार
फिर
please.
हेरा फेरी.
फिर से हेरा फेरी
और एक बार
please Akshay Kumar please if you happen to stumble upon this episode please go
Yeah.
back to
लौट आओ अक्षय कुमार.
Lord of Akshay Kumar.
Or
Please go
even
back
if
to
Twinkle
comedy.
is listening, please
Yeah.
urge your
Yeah.
husband.
So any other resolutions you have in your mind? I
For Akshay
have
Kumar.
one more actually.
For Akshay Kumar.
No like generally for Bollywood.
Yeah, I also have two.
Let's listen what Jalasmi has.
The first one थोड़ा छोटा है. The first one I want to say is we really need more better comedies. Romantic
Ooh.
comedies or just romance in general. I think OTT पे देखो या सिनेमा में देखो, we've really forgotten the era of romance
man.
is gone.
Ding,
अभी
ding,
कोई
ding,
romantic
ding,
movies
ding,
बनाता
ding,
नहीं है and I
ding,
don't know
ding.
why is there like a weird a bad sentiment towards romantic films, calling them cheesy, calling them something people don't watch. It's below standards. No, I think we've all grown up watching these romantic films, and I know abhi dark content thoda, it's like if people tell, "Arey, मैं तो dark content देखता हूँ, मैं horror movies देखता हूँ," you are placed in a more bigger standard than the other ones. People who watch romance actively are slightly looked down upon, and आजकल नहीं देखता कोई. But I think it's time we got that old school romance back because that's what we grew up and I think we will really enjoy watching that.
When you say old school, are you referring to the whole Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan era?
Aamir
yes,
Khan?
and
एक दो ही है but है.
I mean
Okay.
not just Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, उसके बाद भी.
Lover boy.
Yeah.
दिल है के मानते नहीं कयामत से कयामत तक.
हाँ मन
हाँ.
bro man.
Yeah, so that romance plus also early 2000s जैसे साथिया था
Right.
या
Oh,
फिर
one of those 100%.
Yeah, all of those. That was good romance and we really enjoyed watching it. Not cheesy, really random stuff, but
Or even films where like romance wasn't the central theme of the film, but they had a very nice romantic angle.
But do
to
you
it.
think आज के टाइम में वो रोमांस चलेगा?
चलेगा यार.
क्यों नहीं?
No, that's what I was getting at. The
Yeah.
trade reason for this, the fact that romantic comedies aren't being made is given is the fact that people don't go to theaters to watch them, which is why those kind of films are mostly
Exactly,
going to OTTs
exactly.
or are becoming mini series and TV shows,
Yeah.
right? That's the reason that's been given, that people go to theaters now only to watch spectacle. So two people falling in love is not spectacular enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I've heard this.
Something most people yearn in life.
Sure,
and that is something they don't want to see on screen.
I think it's
weird,
more a
but okay, to
it's
each
more
is
a
their own.
director thing. Like, you don't have a Yash Chopra now.
Agree.
Yeah.
I was just coming
Even
to that.
Imtiaz Ali has not done something great in the last couple
In the
of
last
years.
couple of years.
So I don't know, it
agreed.
needs some, or even Karan Johar for that matter. He's making that film with Ranveer Singh.
Rocky और रानी की प्रेम कहानी.
Yeah, which seems to be like a love story.
Which he
Probably.
said कि it is one of like a Karan Johar, like a proper Karan Johar film. जैसे
So maybe that's
हमें
going to
आदत
be a
है.
game
No,
changer.
plus
Does it
I
come out
also
this year?
think
Yeah, this is coming out like
this whole
2023. June-ish, I guess.
critics का जो spectrum निकला है यहाँ पे, and every movie is heavily criticized, and there are very less people talking good about movies, or we've stopped enjoying movies for entertainment. We've suddenly everybody's become a critic. So even these romantic films that come
At this
out,
point, I would like to say I have a show called Has It Aged Well?
And there's a
See,
movie called Chup.
to
So-
discuss and to criticize are two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, अभी Netflix पे there was this film called Tara versus Bilal.
Yes.
उसको क्यों criticize करोगे और क्या criticize करोगे? It's just a mindless film. It's a cute romantic thing. देखो और खत्म करो ना. At least for those 2.5 hours, your mind was occupied in something good. You felt nice watching that film. ठीक है, maybe some people might get bored like Snayhil.
नहीं
But
ऐसा
I
बिल्कुल भी
really
नहीं है.
enjoy
अरे,
watching it. Can ठीक है, cute है.
ये मेरे एक second, let's backtrack.
You know, it's like sometimes it's just like hero अच्छा दिखता है, movie देख ली. Heroine अच्छी दिखती है, movie देख ली.
But would you go to watch Bilal versus sorry, what's the
I was
title of the
actually
film?
going to go, but
it released in
जाने नहीं
theatres?
मिला. Yeah, it
Oh,
released in
okay. I
theaters.
did not know that.
But because the actress were not that famous,
Famous,
most
right.
people didn't go. But Netflix पे आ गया and I think it's doing well.
But यार, I mean, the
एक
scale
और चीज
point I
मेरे
agree
mind
to.
पे है.
एक ये
हाँ
खाली
बिल्कुल.
because see, even these action films बनेगी ना, उसमें थोड़ा सा romance तो डाल ही देते हैं. So it's like
Romantic
your
angle
film
तो
won't,
है ही है हर
Exactly.
picture
won't
में.
work without a romantic angle. But what I'm saying is that purely romantic movies need to make a comeback. बहुत टाइम से एक अच्छी romantic film हमने नहीं देखी है.
शाहरुख की फिल्म
ये स्केल का तो फैक्टर है. मतलब इट इज वेरी विजिबल कि नाउ पीपल आर मेकिंग ओनली फिल्म्स दैट आर लार्जर देन लाइफ. बड़े स्क्रीन पे देखना है बिकॉज रोमांस एंड इवन सस्पेंस टू सम एक्सपेक्ट हैज बिकम मोर ऑफ अ मोबाइल जॉनरा कि वो छोटे स्क्रीन्स पे कंज्यूम करने को लोग ज्यादा प्रेफर कर रहे हैं एज कम्पेयर टू अ लार्जर स्क्रीन और वो स्केल देखने के लिए.
But tell
तो
me
वो
one
तो
thing.
एस्पेक्ट है. बट एक ही चीज है कि रीजनल में अभी भी बन रहा है
Of
रोमांटिक.
course, yeah.
Oh, a lot of good
और
romance.
अरे अभी देखना वेड
सीतारामम bro.
सीतारामम आया. वेड which is by रितेश देशमुख एंड जेनेलिया. It's his directorial debut.
Yeah.
मराठी में रिकॉर्ड्स तोड़ रहा है वो फिल्म and it's not even been a week since it's out. ये फ्राइडे को
Yeah.
एक वीक पूरा करेगा and
I
it's already
really want to
smashing
watch it.
records.
Wade is actually the remake of a Telugu film called Majli.
Yeah.
Okay.
तो ऑडियंस है. people are going to the theaters to see this genre. but वो मेन स्ट्रीम में क्यों नहीं बन रहा है is the question.
Also,
Are
do you
the
think-
directors too lost behind this whole scale मिराज कि नहीं बड़ा ही बनाएंगे. इसके लिए
Probably,
they're not
yeah.
entering only into these
एक
smaller
बात
films.
बताओ. अच्छा ये रोमांस वाली बात पे ये चीज मेरे माइंड में रहती है कि डू यू थिंक द आइडिया ऑफ रोमांस इज आल्सो चेंजिंग?
Of course.
लाइक जो अभी हमारा जनरेशन है, लाइक हम लोग अभी जो हम जैसे ओल्ड स्कूल रोमांस की बात कर रहे हैं, दैट हम लोग मोस्टली शाहरुख की बात करते हैं या यू नो ऐसे जैसे साथिया का तुमने बात किया. शाहरुख लंदन से इंडिया जा रहा है क्योंकि वो लड़की का वो जो बैल का घंटी था वो उसके घर के बाहर था.
हाँ.
तो उसको पता लग गया कि वो उसको प्यार करती है टाइप. ठीक है, कौन है जो मेरे ख्वाबों में आए. वो चीज़ें when you talk about today where people have started questioning the traditional ways of love, ठीक है, where monogamy is questioned, where people are like कि यार ये you know this one lover thing, ये साथ जीना साथ मरना ये अपने से नहीं हो रहा है. So like considering this ideology in this age, ऐसी movies के लिए शायद वो रोमांस का आइडिया ही डेटेड नहीं हो गया है.
No, see,
I mean, yeah. I mean, some you may not show a hero taking a बैल की घंटी and going to India, but I'll give you an example. Like for example, last year बधाई दो, okay, was not a traditional romantic film.
100%.
But it had romance
Undertones.
where a woman was in love with a woman and a man was in had feelings for a man.
and
I thought it
उन
was a
दोनों की भी
wonderful
इतनी
film.
प्यारी सी केमिस्ट्री दिखाई
That's what
है.
I'm
Exactly,
saying. So
yeah.
here she's talking about an old school romance, like bring old school romance back. These
Old school romance with
Old
new
school
age
romance with new age
sensibilities.
yeah, exactly.
So,
So
like,
basically what I mean
romance is
is
still the same, but the way in which it was expressed before versus the way in which it is expressed now has completely changed.
Yeah.
So नए sensibilities से the concept of romance and the concept of love is still the same. It's still having emotions for a person and the willingness to do something for a person. अब वो कैसे करा जा रहा है is different, no? So वो
See, the idea of love is not dead.
Exactly.
The romance still exists in the world.
हाँ,
It's
देखो,
just that
idea of love तो कभी भी
expression
खत्म नहीं हो
बदल
सकता
गया है. And क्योंकि ना आजकल even if they show some romance, it's very like superficial.
Exactly.
It's you know, romance involves a lot of effort. There is अभी तो therapy भी आ गई है, तो you know कि what are the right ways to do something. So you can, if not do it, at least you can depict it in a movie. Set a good example. जैसे शाहरुख खान ने you know उस टाइम के लोगों के लिए एक एग्जाम्पल सेट किया था. I know the characters were toxic, but full marks for the effort those characters took. You can always, you know, as he said, the old school romance with new age sensibilities, because
new age sensibilities का एक example मनमर्जिया भी है. If you guys have seen the film, कि it's okay to fall in love. It's also
and it
equally
was made by
okay.
edgy Anurag Kashyap.
So it's okay to fall in love, but it's also okay to fall out of love, and that was a theme that they explored in the film, and it's done very beautifully.
even OK Kanmani or OK Janu, they explored live-in
मैंने देखी नहीं
relationships.
यार, OK Janu.
It's actually very OK Janu मत देखना, OK Kanmani देखना if possible.
Okay.
Okay, Jalasmi.
Because again, Mani Ratnam, somebody like a Mani
Yeah.
Ratnam who's actually aced love stories in the past.
Yeah.
He has explored live-in relationships and how, you know, focus career pe kare ya insan pe kare and all of that. He's explored that genre quite well. Even abhi Modern Love had come. They had explored Mumbai, Hyderabad, and I think Modern Love Chennai.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were beautiful stories, and Modern Love was not just restricted to a hetero
Queer friendly.
couple. It was mother and daughter. It was father, stepdaughter. It was a queer couple. It was pets also. So many things. So the love means different things to different people, and I don't think कि चलो तुम दिल तो पागल है कुछ होता है मत बनाओ. But love
Explore
stories
love, yeah.
बनाओ, explore.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
If anybody wants to write a Modern Love Bangalore, please reach out to me. मेरे पास भर के stories है, मैं लिख दूंगी.
Are you the central character in all the stories?
No, I'm not.
You have to be the
Bangalore
central
is supposed to be the central character. But yeah, I do have ideas.
Yeah.
मस्त है. दिल्ली बनाना तो मेरे को बताना.
Yeah. So
मत बनाना actually दिल्ली.
keeping count, two things so far. एक Akshay Kumar, please go back to comedy and please make more
romantic
modern love movies.
Not Modern Love the show,
But आजकल की love stories.
modernized love stories and modernized romance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's two good suggestions. Nikhil, you had one?
Yes, I have one very simple basic. Please, for the love of God, hire writers to write your films. For fuck's sake.
Yes, there are so
Please.
many good writers.
तुम लोग एक्शन डायरेक्टर और कोरियोग्राफर से पिक्चर मत लिखो, उसका काम नहीं है
And
वो.
as far as writers are concerned, Snayhil and Jalasmi 99108 Snayhil and Jalasmi 97 at the regime.
I mean, man, how many films
I would
have
also
been
love to write.
मेरे पास बहुत सारी लिखी हुई हैं, कोई प्रोड्यूसर पैसा लगा.
I swear, how many films have we seen now जो सिर्फ ऐसा बड़ा सा स्केल है, larger than life sets, बड़ा एक्टर्स, नाम है, परफॉर्मेंसेस एंड एवरीथिंग, स्टोरी है ही नहीं.
ब्रो, बट मैं तेरे को एक और बात बताता हूँ, ठीक है. आई थिंक स्टोरी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि मैं खुद लिखता हूँ तो मैं स्टोरीज को तो इम्पोर्टेंस के नीचे, ग्राफ पे नीचे ला ही नहीं सकता. बट देन एज वी वर टॉकिंग, जब अक्षय कुमार वाले रेजोल्यूशन की बात कर रहे थे, वो नहीं सॉरी, जब ये लव स्टोरीज वाले रेजोल्यूशन की बात कर रहे थे, कि अगर हम लोग एक RRR जैसा एक एक्सपीरियंस नहीं बना के दे रहे हैं ना लोगों को सिनेमा पे, तो लोग शायद उस आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एक्सपीरियंस ना मिलने की वजह से थिएटर जा ही नहीं
But
रहे.
the thing is, RRR was story married to action and larger than
you
life
can say
stuff.
anything about RRR. You can't say that it had its basics very strongly in its space. Okay.
Exactly.
ये जो दो character हैं.
It was authentic.
Authentic, I don't know. Like,
No, authentic in the sense.
when you start throwing lions and tigers on Britishers, I don't know how authentic it is.
Authentic in the sense कि culturally authentic
Sure,
था. It was
yes.
rich and story.
Even
कुछ तो
culturally,
base
I'm not
story
sure
थी.
वो थोड़ा
Like,
appropriation का
rise,
हिसाब है उसमें
उन्होंने
भी.
starting में rise, roar, revolt.
Yeah.
They set the base for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, even for RRR, I think, so compare RRR to Brahmastra. Okay,
Exactly.
Where similar kind of spectacle, they're going for the similar kind of spectacle,
Yeah.
but one I would say failed very miserably as as compared to the other, which is making waves around the world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So वही बोल रहा था मैं कि इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि तुम्हारे पास स्केल होना जरूरी ही है हर चीज के लिए. जस्ट अ गुड स्टोरी विल ऑल्सो. कंतारा देखना तू, इट्स नॉट अ स्केल्ड मूवी. स्केल कुछ नहीं है उसमें, बट स्टोरी बहुत पावरफुल एंड ब्रिलियंट सिनेमाटोग्राफी. दैट्स हाउ ही इज पोर्ट्रेइंग द स्केल. बाकी एवरीवन नोज हाउ द फिल्म वाज मेड. वो उसके गांव में गया कैमरास लेके, दैट्स हाउ दे शॉट मोस्ट ऑफ इट. इट्स मोस्टली नेचुरल सिनेरियोज, और जो है वही दिखाया है. नॉट हैव टू क्रिएट दीज सेट्स, डिड नॉट हैव टू गेट अ लार्ज एक्शन क्रू. कुछ नहीं करना पड़ा उसको, बहुत बेसिक. बट नरेशन जो था स्टोरी का, दैट्स व्हाट ब्रॉट पीपल टू द सिनेमा. दैट्स हाउ यू शो द ऑथेंटिक कोर ऑफ द फिल्म. अगेन उसमें वो भी पूरा एवांगार्ड का जो भी बोलते हैं वो एलिमेंट है कि व्हाई डू यू इवन नीड अ स्टोरी फॉर अ फिल्म, व्हाई कांट इट बी अ मीडियम ऑफ इट्स ओन एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. आई थिंक थोड़ा सून है उसके लिए. लाइक वी, इफ यू आर सेइंग दैट सिनेमा इज अ न्यू मीडियम, then treat it like a new medium.
देखा जाए कंतारा का स्टोरी इज अ वेरी वन लाइनर स्टोरी. उसके अंदर मतलब एज सच कोई स्टोरी में लेयर्स ये वो कुछ नहीं है,
पर स्टोरी स्ट्रांग है.
पर आई थिंक स्टोरी से ज्यादा कन्विक्शन स्ट्रांग है.
हाँ.
और मुझे सच में ये लगता है, मैं हर बारी जब भी कंतारा की बात होती है मैं उसको राम सेतु से कंपेयर करता हूँ. बहुत खराब कंपैरिजन है.
What the fuck?
अरे तुम मेरे को मौका तो दो बे. तो देखो ऐसा है, मैं सिर्फ कन्विक्शन के मामले में बात करता हूँ. आई थिंक जब हम रीजनल सिनेमा की बात करते हैं, अगेन ये शायद बात मैंने निखिल से पर्सनली करी है कि कंतारा जब अपनी कहानी सुना रहा था ना, उसको कहानी पे डाउट ही नहीं था.
ऑथेंटिक था
उसको, बहुत ऑथेंटिक था. मतलब अगर उसमें वो डेटी आ रहा है तो वो उसको प्रूव नहीं कर रहा है कि डेटी आ रहा है, वो मान चुका है कि डेटी आ रहा है और उसके आसपास एक स्टोरी बनाई गई है. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू मूवीज इन बॉलीवुड, हम लोग ये रिलीजन के जितने भी एस्पेक्ट्स हैं या माइथोलॉजी के जितने भी एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, हम लोग इतना पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट और इतना सही होना चाहते हैं हर चीज में कि हम लोग कभी उस कन्विक्शन पे आ ही नहीं पाते.
100%.
ठीक है. अब जैसे बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, राम सेतु में मैंने जो बात कही थी वो ये थी कि राम सेतु में जब वो श्रीलंका जाते हैं तो वो जो जगहें वो एक्सप्लोर करते हैं टू प्रूव दैट रामायण एक्चुअली हैपेंड, वो सारी वो जगहें हैं जो श्रीलंका और इंडिया के जो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट्स हैं, जो रिसर्चर्स हैं, उन्होंने बोल रखा है कि हाँ, अब जैसे जो ये प्लांट है, ये एक ऐसा प्लांट, हम ये नहीं कह रहे संजीवनी बूटी है, ये ऐसा प्लांट है जिसके ओरिजिन जो है वो इंडिया के हिमालय के हैं.
हाँ.
अब राम सेतु में उन्होंने क्या किया है, उन्होंने एक जगह गए हैं जहाँ पे उन लोग ने एक वो देखा है कि ओ इसका साइंटिफिक नेम ये है एंड इसके ओरिजिन्स जो हैं वो हिमालय के हैं. वही चीज़ जो रिसर्चर्स ने बोली है, बहुत पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट तरीके से फैक्ट स्टेट कर दिए हैं. बट जहां उनको ये प्रूव करना था कि रावण की लंका एग्जिस्ट करती है, उन्होंने बोला इस रास्ते के पीछे अगर हम जा पाते तो हमें रावण की लंका दिख जाती. बट वो उस रास्ते पे गए नहीं. तो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. आई थिंक जितना कन्विक्शन रीजनल सिनेमा से अगर हम कंपेयर करते हैं, ऑल्सो बिकॉज उसका स्केल स्मॉल है, उसका जो ऑडियंस है वो स्मॉल है, और वो जो स्मॉल ऑडियंस है वो उस चीज़ को मान के बैठा है. हम लोग जब इसको बड़े स्केल पे ऐसे बनाते हैं तो आई थिंक हम लोग को वो 10 चीज़ों का ख्याल रखना पड़ता है.
बट देन व्हाट अबाउट तुम्बाड़? तुम्बाड़ भी
Again,
तो
bro,
है
regional ना bro.
नहीं, तुम्बाड़ इज हिंदी मेन स्ट्रीम फिल्म. वो अप्रिशिएट नहीं किया.
I won't say it was a mainstream film. I would still say it was an indie film.
हाँ, but the audience that they were aiming for was pretty mainstream. It was largely for
But
the
again,
Indian audiences.
it was a world that they created. Like it was not something that they were catering to जो actual real life में उनके लिए exist करता है.
Fair. कल I think मैं hesitate will I think you guys brought this up in the Munna Bhai episode. I don't remember whether Vrinda said it or Orjita said it. They were saying the same thing कि even the premise for Munna Bhai, it आज नहीं बनाएगा ऐसा फिल्म कोई, because it takes conviction to make a film like that.
Exactly.
When you're talking about creating a world and marrying it with a story, it's not necessary कि हर चीज larger than life हो. For example, Minnal Murli, छोटा सा गांव है केरला में. That is the world. That's
exactly,
it. But it's so convincing that you are there. And story बहुत simple है. Lightning strike होती है 2 जन को. One positively responds to it, the other one becomes the villain.
And they both have their motivations to follow the path that they do. Yeah.
And I really want to say that Minnal Murli, the superhero played by Tovino, say better the villain की acting
origin
है.
story,
He is so good and so convincing. End तक it's just amazing, totally watchable.
Mrinal Murli, please, if you haven't watched, I think it's the best superhero film of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And the story does not move out of the village. वो दुनिया को नहीं बचा रहा है.
हाँ, it's
वो बस
right
अपना
there.
हाँ, तो I think जो like let's come back to the resolution that we were talking about. When you say that story writers hire करो, I think वो writers hire करो जिनमें अपनी story को लेके बहुत ज़्यादा conviction है, जो मान के बैठे हैं कि हाँ भाई ये story इस तरीके जो एक्सटीरियर फैक्टर से एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर से अफेक्ट नहीं करने देंगे अपनी स्टोरी को. आई थिंक दैट इज द रेजोल्यूशन दैट बॉलीवुड शुड टेक. ऐसे राइटर्स जो कन्विंस्ड हो अपनी स्टोरी से, कन्विक्शन हो स्टोरी में, वो होगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो स्टोरी इतनी सुंदर निकल कर आएगी. जैसे मसान का स्टोरी है, वरुण ग्रोवर ने जब लिखा था वो स्टोरी, वरुण ग्रोवर ने वो वाला सीन जो सबसे फेमस सीन है मूवी का, जिसमें विकी कौशल रोता है. Apparently, Vicky Kaushal was not supposed to cry till the last scene.
Yeah.
And when that scene happened, वो स्टोरी में इतना कन्विक्शन था कि उस कन्विक्शन ने एक्टर को इतना कन्विंस किया कि वो सीन करते हुए वो रो पड़ा. एंड अनुराग कश्यप मुड़ा वरुण ग्रोवर की तरफ कि भाई ये रो दिया है, क्या करूं, कट कर दूं. एंड वरुण ग्रोवर वाज लाइक नहीं, चलने दो. और वो पूरा सीन चला एंड फिर वो सीन रखा गया.
Exactly.
और वो इतना इम्पोर्टेंट सीन बन गया पूरी पिक्चर का कि आज तक वो उससे ज्यादा इकॉनिक सीन नहीं है. वो मीम बन गया. ये दुख काहे खत्म नहीं होता. उसमें नहीं रोना था उसको, बट वो रो दिया.
Sure it wasn't नीरज घेवान instead of अनुराग कश्यप.
Oh हाँ, sorry. Even I was wondering. अभी हम अनुराग कश्यप की बात कर रहे थे तो वही
नीरज घेवान.
हाँ, sorry, yes.
So not just that, hire writers who have faith in their story, hire writers who don't want to write a story purely because it makes sense to sell the story. जिनको somebody who has something to say, damn it, कि कुछ बनाना है मेरे को, I have something to tell to the world.
True.
That the expression should come from a place of purity. तब जाके sense बनेगा.
That's the third resolution. Abbas,
मैं दूं. मेरे पास 3 quick resolutions हैं. First is picking up from what Nikhil said. Please tell more relatable and authentic stories. I feel like right now that's the biggest crutch that is affecting Bollywood. That many a time these characters and these worlds are not believable. Okay.
Because
so
I'll tell you why. Because most of the time worlds are created not based on cultural authenticity but morely based on stereotypes.
Right.
So you need to understand the difference between the two. कि तुम अपना वर्ल्ड बना रहे हो बट ऑथेंटिसिटी एंड कल्चर देखो, स्टीरियोटाइप मत देखो. साउथ इंडियन डज नॉट ऑलवेज हैव टू मीन दैट द गाय इज ईटिंग इडली डोसा. देयर आर सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स. सो या दैट इज व्हाट आई.
सो उसमें ना थोड़ा
मुक्का मारोगे.
ये कट कर देना.
मॉडर्न लव दिल्ली. Please get. So I'll give you 2 examples. I mostly do not like to talk about films which I don't like because मुझे लगता है कि फिल्म बनाने में बहुत मेहनत लगती है, बहुत लोग लगते हैं. So if it doesn't work for me, it didn't work for me. But I'll give you 2 examples. 2 films that were very renowned last year, got a lot of acclaim. Darlings and Kala. Okay. I did not connect with both of them because firstly in Kala, sure, if you people like it, and I know you guys did because we talked about it on the year-end वाला episode. कला में आप डिपिक्ट कर रहे हो 40s 50s के सिंगर्स, उस टाइम के लिरिसिस्ट, ठीक है. अब ये रिकॉर्ड की चीज़ है, आपके पास रिकॉर्डिंग्स हैं 40s 50s के सिंगर्स की, गाते हुए भी, इंटरव्यू देते हुए भी. आप यार थोड़ा सा, आई एम नॉट अ big I'm not a shire, I'm not a exponent of Urdu just happens to be my mother tongue. 40s 50s में जो लिरिसिस्ट है, सिंगर्स हैं, कोई भी खान साहब की महफिल में जाके फटाके फोड़ने हैं नहीं बोलेगा.
हाँ, exactly.
ठीक है. जस्ट गेट दैट. और मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा है कि यार ये तुमने सेट पे गलत बोला, ठीक है, फिर तुम्हारी डबिंग हुई, तुमने रीटेक्स दिए, क्या किसी ने पॉइंट आउट नहीं किया उस टाइम पे कि नहीं खान साहब नहीं खान साहब होता है, गजल नहीं होती है, गजल होता है. एंड आई एम नॉट इवन अ शायर, आई एम जस्ट समवन हु knows a bit of Urdu. Get those things right. Darlings में everybody was like, oh my god, it is Alia Bhatt is so authentic. I'm like, okay, she tried an accent, she did something.
Yes. Darlings, even I am not like
she made
that
an
big
effort.
A fan
Yes,
of,
that does not make. I think Shefali Shah was way more authentic.
Shefali Shah ने तो kill कर दिया था.
So I feel like ये हो गया है कि थोड़ा सा भी अगर हमारे stars effort डाल देना, ओ भाई क्या एक्टिंग की है आपने,
Best performance.
best performance. So maybe rain down that a little, make your stories authentic and don't try to ape the South. Okay, अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, like the Telugu and Tamil cinema is giving more than enough
Totally.
city maro cinema. Okay,
Ekdam.
Triple R can
Totally.
come from there, a KGF can
Yeah.
come from there.
Tiruchitrambalam.
Yeah, Dhanush, all of these stars. यार हम लोग रणबीर कपूर धनुष नहीं है.
हाँ.
You know, like Kartik Aryan is not.
अल्लू अर्जुन वाला कर रहा ना वो
Exactly.
शहजादा.
हाँ.
So don't try to like ape that same thing because that will not convert here.
वो उनका
Learn from
personal
them, but
machismo
don't
है.
ape
Exactly.
them.
Yeah, don't ape them.
मतलब पुष्पा works because Allu Arjun.
Yeah, Pushpa
वो
was
तो
only because of Allu Arjun.
हाँ.
Again, story ऐसे as such कुछ नहीं थी. Only Allu Arjun.
Yeah. And take risks. Like I saw Jaya 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 Hey, the Malayalam film. Has anybody seen that?
I
film?
really want to watch
Dude,
it.
it's a comedy about domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Like क्या उन्होंने दिमाग लगाया, it's such a serious issue, but through comedy they get that message across that when push comes to shove the woman will fight back. And I was like कि कौन हिंदी फिल्म सिनेमा में कौन ले रहा है वो रिस्क, कौन ये कर रहा है. And third and final thing, stop peddling an agenda.
Oh my God.
Say
Please,
original
my
stories.
God.
Stop trying to get approval from the higher ups. I know it's difficult. I know हर कदम फूक के लेना पड़ता है because you never know when your production might be shut down or goons might show up at your shoot and so on and so forth. But yeah, man, just stop peddling an agenda and doing propaganda.
At least try.
At least try. At least move away from that and take a stand. I feel like in the South, so for example, the film Jai Bhim, okay, Surya is the hero there.
Yeah.
Surya is also your big City Maro star. But in that movie, he's playing a lawyer who is representing tribals. Which in a Hindi superstar is taking roles like that. जहाँ पे वो
Love the film, हाँ, Jai Bhim.
Yeah.
Love the film.
So Jhund we had last year where Amitabh played a similar kind of role, not exactly that.
But again, very politically correct.
With a
Amitabh's
40 minute
character.
Exactly. And Amitabh is still at a place where चाहे जो हो जाए,
हाँ.
his image will not be.
हाँ,
you
और
know,
वो
मतलब it's kept very
40
subtle.
मिनट का
Exactly.
मोनोलॉग
हाँ.
सटल नहीं था.
There are- no, not that.
I'll take that also. If you give me a film like Jhund, मैं वो भी
हाँ.
बैठ
Like,
जाऊंगा.
subtlety in the sense of his political leanings.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
मतलब it took what 70 years for Ambedkar to become mainstream in India and for cinema to finally realize that this man existed. And then there is an entire culture. That one song, man, I shit you not, I have friends who are from the scheduled castes and people who have been shamed all their life because they have the benefit, quote unquote, of reservation, right? That one song where there is that one scene of Amitabh Bachchan folding his hands watching Ambedkar's image, and there's Shahu Phule and Ambedkar who are considered they're considered the pioneers of this entire social revolution that happened. People I have seen moved to tears just to see some amount of representation on screen. They're like, हम लोग ने बहुत गणपति डांस देख लिया यार, हम लोग ने नवरात्रि देख लिया, गणपति डांस, ईद का भी डांस देख लिया हम लोग ने. Bro, हम लोग का क्या? Where are our festivals? When will we become mainstream? 75 years it took, but that one scene, that's how much impact it can create. And that's why I think don't spread agenda is through that. कि जो है उसको वैसा दिखाना चालू करो. Don't shy away from showing things like this.
And again with love stories, the South is doing way better.
Way better.
Paranjit film I saw last year, I'll try my best to pronounce it, Nachatiram Nagaragiradu, which is a love story between two people of the same caste, but one guy sees things a little differently and the girl sees things differently. So how does that play in a love story? And the whole
It's very hard.
The whole thing of the thing is love is also political. Love is as political as everything else. तो यार जब पॉलिटिकल बनाओ तो फुल फोर्स जाओ या तो मत जाओ, like do escapism, but again when you do escapism don't make ब्रह्मास्त्र. So yeah, I was just a rant.
मतलब यार
केसरिया
बॉलीवुड
मेरा इश्क है पिया ब्रो.
Bollywood का political films end at films like Rajniti and shit like that. Maybe an Arakshan, but again I have my problems with Arakshan also.
Which Rajniti ran into problem. Do you remember the controversy?
I don't remember the controversy. I remember it ran into
That
problems.
Katrina Kaif puts a sari over her
And
head.
they said
and
कि
that
वो सोनिया
Sonia
गांधी.
Gandhi
But
से
it is a
example
character
सकता है.
modeled after Sonia Gandhi. उसमें क्या why shy exactly ना?
Yeah.
Why are
Why
you shying
shy?
away?
Yeah.
It is a character modeled after Sonia Gandhi.
And
What's
when-
wrong with that?
In the 70s, Gulzar made Andhi, which was based on Indira Gandhi's
Indira Gandhi,
life, right?
yeah.
and he never backed off of saying that she isn't the inspiration for that. So yeah, little bit of balls Bollywood.
Yeah, man. If you're fucking basing a character.
अरे बाप रे.
Yeah, I agree. If you are basing a character, that how many times in these new age defense movies that you see, right? Like films like Uri or other also, good films in their own right, okay. But कितनी बार तुम लोग ने देखा रहेगा there is a character that looks like Modi. Have the balls to say it then. Why are you shying away from it?
Modi, Ajit Doval.
All of them.
All of them.
Rajnath Singh. You'll see Rajnath Singh.
Yeah,
make
in case you need
appearances.
Amit Shah, I'm available.
Guys, ये ना cancel नहीं कराना.
I'm just
क्या चल रहा है?
See, all I'm saying is, if you are basing art based on real life, then have the balls to say that these characters are modeled after these real life people. They are all public personalities. It's okay to model your life after them. It's not big deal. Not your life. You're saying, please don't model your life after any of these
But
people.
in case anybody comes after you, don't blame us. Just disclaimer.
देखो, if you guys have noticed, मैं चुप था पिछले पूरे 5 मिनट.
देखो, हम लोग का स्टूडियो छोटा है, हम सिर्फ माइक और कैमरा लगा के बैठते हैं.
मुझे तो राम से तो अच्छी भी लगी थी.
तुझे views चाहिए ना.
I'll just take this conversation to a little safe ground.
Right.
I think one resolution for Ranveer Singh, because he has like given like 3
Back-to-back flops,
not
man.
so
Successful.
successful films.
Flops. We just spoke about balls.
Yes.
तो मेरी फ्रिज में है. What I'm saying is कि I think his resolution should be please go back to Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Yeah, or Ladies vs. Ricky
Or-
Bell type stuff.
Please
Bro,
just
I
go.
really like Ladies vs. Ricky
I
Bell.
loved
पता है.
it.
I really liked
So
it. I was
please
like,
just
इतना
go away
chill
from
film है ना.
Rohit Shetty should be.
Yeah,
Bro,
please.
actually पता है, I think रोहित शेट्टी, मेरे पास रोहित शेट्टी के लिए भी एक रेसोल्यूशन है कि स्टिक टू कॉप वर्स ना ब्रो. मतलब क्या टेंशन है.
मतलब you made
ठीक है.
गोलमाल, तेरा कॉमेडी खत्म हो गया
bro.
उधर.
So the thing is, so now I think
Did you watch Circus?
no bro.
Okay.
Like that's one film जो मुझे पता है कि मैं नहीं, like I'll not be able to sit through.
My friend did. He left halfway through, man. He said, नहीं देखा ही नहीं जा रहा, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Deepika
So,
in an item number also didn't work for this film.
Yeah.
so I was told by a friend, I asked कि तू देखने गया क्या फिल्म. कहता है हाँ. फिर मैंने बोला कितनी देर तक बैठा फिल्म में? He said bro, मैं टिकट का प्राइस देखा, फिर मैं ट्रेलर दोबारा देखा और फिर मैं वापस आ गया. Like anyway, but I think Rohit Shetty has heard this resolution suggestion पहले ही, and he's announced Singham again, and now he's
I will
gonna
stick to doing what I know how to do.
But I
Yeah.
think
Break cars.
his action works really well for Bollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, action में Rohit Shetty is one of the good ones.
कोई
बहुत सही action
कोई
design
मैच
होता
ही
है.
नहीं लगता है कभी कभी तो उसके एक्शन का. आई थिंक द सूर्यवंशी मूवी में जो लास्ट का 40 मिनट्स 30 मिनट्स का जो एक्शन सीक्वेंस है, एक्चुअली मैं मोस्टली एक्शन सीक्वेंसेस में बोर हो जाता हूँ अगर वो ज्यादा लंबा चल जाए तो. बट मैं बिल्कुल बोर नहीं हुआ.
यार सिंघम का एक्शन सीक्वेंसेस दिखना कितना रॉ एक्शन है, पर वो क्या
हाँ.
वो आता है उड़ के थप्पड़ मार रहा है वो.
Even Chennai Express.
पर
Even
क्या
Chennai Express,
satisfying
true.
थप्पड़ है वो. आ रहा उड़ के मार रहा है गाड़ी के ऊपर, पर मजा आ रहा है देखने के लिए.
अब्बास कह रहा these kids. अभी क्या मैं 3 इतना बढ़िया
No,
से
I mean again, if Rohit Shetty works for you, he works for you. He just doesn't for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
मतलब हाँ, आई थिंक अगर मुझे नो ब्रेनर फिल्म्स जस्ट टू
Same,
गेट
same.
एंटरटेन्ड देखना है तो
हाँ.
आई थिंक रोहित शेट्टी इज वन ऑफ माय टॉप पिक्स जो मैं जाऊंगा और मुझे पता है मैं एंटरटेन होके आऊंगा ही आऊंगा.
मतलब वो है कि वो सूर्यवंशी में जब वो रॉकेट लॉन्चर ऐसे करके डॉज
हाँ,
कर रहा
हाँ,
है,
हाँ.
इज इट
ओहो.
बिलीवेबल? नो.
No.
बट इज इट फन?
It is so much fun.
When Rajnikant does it, it's believable.
Exactly.
When Bollywood
Rajnik-
does it, it's not
Yeah.
believable.
Nagarjuna-
What can I say?
double
When Nagarjuna does this and says तूफान उठा दूंगा.
ऑडियो पे this नहीं दिख रहा
I said Nagarjuna and तूफान उठा दूंगा. People will understand.
है. Mama Mass.
एकदम.
But I think these are a few suggestions.
two
अच्छा,
more.
you have two
मेरा
more.
एक बहुत
अरे.
फनी छोटा सा स्टोरी
हाँ.
है, इसको काट देना अगर तुम लोग को चाहिए तो.
बॉलीवुड निखिल और जलस्मी ही ठीक करेंगे आज.
ये
आज-
स्टोरी है, नागार्जुना का स्टोरी है. चाहिए तो रख वरना
Okay.
काट दे. I had gone to see ब्रह्मास्त्र जिसमें there is नागार्जुना.
Nagarjuna.
हाँ.
And people were like जब उसको वो ये आके स्पॉइलर अलर्ट, जब वो ट्रक से उड़ा देते ना उसको, I had a friend who is from Karnataka. वो बोला bro मैंने इसको इससे बहुत ज्यादा करते हुए देखा. ये अस्त्र मिलने के बाद वीक कैसे हो गया?
Nagarjuna is Telugu, right?
Yeah.
हाँ, but film he is the one जो देखता रहता है South Indian cinema. He's exposed to it. Like मैं बहुत कुछ करते हुए देख चुका हूँ इसको. ये
You
अस्त्र
remember
मिलके
that
कैसे?
scene ना जिसमें वो टांग हिला के टॉर्नेडो खड़ा कर देता है.
Yeah.
It's from Mass, right?
Mass.
तो he's running and then there are उसके पीछे goons हैं, of course that's why he's running. तो एक जगह पे आगे रुक जाता है and he turns and ठीक है, और सारे goons एक ऐसे zigzag में खड़े हैं and then वो अपना पैर ऊपर करता है और पैर घुमाना शुरू करता है और जो नीचे की मिट्टी है उससे टॉर्नेडो खड़ा हो जाता है और फिर वो उस टॉर्नेडो को लात मारता है.
So epic, so epic.
और वो उन सारे गुंडों को उड़ा के चल.
Is it believable? No, but is it fun?
Yes.
That's what, now, bro. Acha, Jalasmi, you had another.
So, two quick things. One is actors need to not flex their physical muscles, but please flex your acting muscles.
Yeah.
Especially in Bollywood. I think सब लोग एक जैसे दिख रहे हैं और एक जैसी एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं. There is no like differentiation or it's
मतलब बॉडी बनाने में कोई बुरी बात नहीं है पर
बना सकते हो, बट उनकी एक्टर की पर्सनालिटी बाहर नहीं आ रही है. सिर्फ
ने
एब्स की
परमिशन दे
पर्सनालिटी
दिया
बाहर
है,
आ
बना
रही है.
सकते हो, ठीक है, बना लो.
देखो जिम बंद करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
I'm just saying actors need to bring their personality.
Yeah.
For example, Millie as Helen was done by Anna Ben. उसकी personality देखो, घुंघराले बाल है. She's like this small little petite woman. It looks more believable. Janvi Kapoor, she looks the same in Millie also. She looks the same in other films also. कुछ distinction नहीं है. So Bollywood, I think, focuses a lot on cosmetics and looks and
ये तेरे को याद है स्नेहिल, अपन ने
outfits.
stereotypes वाले एपिसोड में डिस्कस किया था कि किरण खेर इज पंजाबी मदर इन एवरी
in every
Even one.
she's a Bengali Punjabi mother in Devdas.
In
Devdas.
One amazing example is Tiruchitrambalam in Nitya Menon's Shobna. Nitya Menon is not your regular 36 actor. She is on the heavier side. But the personality that she brings out in every character, it's so amazing. You relate to her, you love her. That's what I think Indian actors need to do. अपनी personality निकालो बाहर. You know, try to not be very cosmetic. Try to be more, again, authentic is
Try
what
to
I
be
feel.
an actor, not a model.
Yes, exactly. And the second thing is, please remix मत करो, बंद करो remixes.
We have an
नहीं
entire
सुनना
episode of this
हमको. We don't want to listen to them. Make more original music. If your regular ones are not working, approach indie artists. They have done great work. Again, वो इंडी आर्टिस्ट के गाने का ही रीमेक करके उसको बॉलीवुडाइज मत करो. वो ओरिजिनल बना देंगे आपको.
ठीक है, बॉलीवुड हमारी सुन लेगा. मतलब कोई बीच के कुछ 7-8 मिनट ना भी सुने तो भी चल जाएगा.
दिसंबर में हम लोग वो चेकलिस्ट करेंगे कितनी बातें
क्या
सुनी.
Performance
So guys, stay tuned for the last episode of 2023. That's gonna happen in December last week. Hopefully we'll all still be here.
Yes.
Fucking recession. Anyway, but thanks guys for being here. But we'll be back for some recommendations, na? ठीक है. But still, thanks for being here, and to all the listeners who are still listening. And we have some awesome recommendations for you guys. So stay tuned. इस ब्रेक के बाद से वापस आते हैं और फिर आपको recommendations देते हैं.
Oh man, I was watching Satya the other day. What a movie. Do you remember Mumbai ka King Khan? Also, by the way, did you know that Anurag Kashyap wrote Satya?
वो तो सबको पता है, but do you know that Anurag Kashyap was supposed to write तेरे नाम, but he was fired. You know why he was fired?
Why?
Because उसने सलमान खान की छाती को देख के बोला थोड़ा बाल उगाओ.
Don't you just love it when you rewatch a film from our youth? Okay, fine, my youth, and you want to know everything about the film, like what were the themes and symbolism, what social background it was made against, and I absolutely love it when a film ages well.
Or sometimes it also happens that you realize your favorite movie characters were nothing but stalkers who didn't deserve love but some well-deserved jail time.
Hi, my name is Abbas, and I'm a cinephile and film nerd, and I've read every film appreciation book and movie review there is to read.
Hi, I'm Urjita, and I'm here because I'm young.
Catch me and Urjita on our podcast Has It Aged Well, where every episode we dissect an old movie and answer the question, Has it aged well? Available on the IVM Podcast Network or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're back with some awesome recommendations. मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि सारी recommendations awesome है. Abbas, please start with your recommendations.
So I mentioned this film in the episode, but I would like to mention it and recommend it again. It's called Jaya 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 He. It's a Malayalam film streaming on Hotstar. It came out last year. It released in October, but now it's streaming. And like I mentioned, it's a comedy about domestic abuse. It stars
Basil Joseph
and Darshana Rajendran. Both of them are spectacular in the movie. Basil Joseph also directed Minnal Murli, so he's on some other level genius. The story of the film, so it takes a little while to get going. The story is about a girl called Jaya, who, because she's the girl of the family, has always been sidelined for things because of her brother. And when she wants to study further, her parents get her married to this guy played by Basil Joseph, who has a chicken farm. And in the beginning, he is very seems to be like a nice forward-thinking boy. But as things unravel, she finds out he's an abusive husband, and he raises a hand on her a couple of times. So to get back at him, Jaya hatches a plan, which is what the film is. I would not like to give away what the plan is and how they play it out. But it's a hilarious film. It is genuinely, you feel like domestic abuse funny kaise ho sakta hai, but the way they have portrayed this in the film is very funny. The in-laws, Jaya's in-laws, played by Basil Joseph's character ke jo mother or sister hai, they are also very funny. And it's a very, very unique take on how marriages have been portrayed in Indian cinema. So I would definitely, and the title comes because there is one very funny scene where Basil Joseph is trying to manao his wife because वो उससे खफा हो गई है. तो उसका दोस्त बोलता है कि तू ऐसा कोई गाना गा जिसमें उसका नाम हो. तो उस बेसिल जोसेफ को कुछ समझ में नहीं आता, तो वो नेशनल एंथम गा देता है, जय 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 जय. But yeah, please watch this film. It's very funny. It's very unique. It's on Hotstar right now.
And I want to point out something funny.
करो.
So every time ये films, I keep a tab of all the South Indian film releases because I really like watching them. मुझे थिएटर जाना पसंद है. I usually don't get company. तो मैं लोगों को पूछती हूँ, सुनना है मूवी देखने चलेगा, and yeah, like क्या है, नहीं देखना. 1 month later, they will recommend the same film to me because it's now on OTT. I'm like, fuckers, I told you come with me. That time you didn't want to come, and now you're recommending the same movie to me.
पता है, this happened with Drishyam. जब पहली वाली आई थी ना, so वो मेरा पहला साल था कॉलेज में, and I was like, ट्रेलर देख के यार मैं कोई भी पिक्चर जाता हूँ, ठीक है. तो दृश्यम तो एक्चुअली ट्रेलर देख के अच्छी लग रही थी. तो मैंने अपने दोस्तों को बोला चलना है. कह रहे नहीं बे, क्या अंकल वाली पिक्चर, आंटी वाली पिक्चर, मम्मी पापा के साथ जा, ये कर वो कर. एंड आई वाज लाइक यार जाना है यार, अच्छी पिक्चर है. तो अपन चले गए, ठीक है. मैं अकेला चला गया देखने, देखकर वापस आया. अब क्या हुआ, उनके मम्मी पापा उनको लेके गए पिक्चर देखने. अब वो मिले कॉलेज में, क्या पिक्चर था ब्रो. मैं कहा अरे क्या तुम साले.
Same.
Nikhil, your recommendation?
I am recommending the Dead Poets Society. It's a must, बहुत एकदम classic.
This one I've seen.
आंसू,
एकदम खूबसूरत पिक्चर.
अक्षु,
ज़्यादा बोलूँगा नहीं. It has Robin Williams in the lead role.
And यहाँ mic drop है.
It has poetry, it has nihilism, it has existentialism, and it's beautiful.
It's a lovely film.
It's a film about courage. It's very rare to make a film about one particular emotion. It's a film about courage and what courage does.
It's streaming on
Hotstar.
India made a copy of this called Mohabbatein.
Ew. No.
Don't go by that.
No.
Shut up.
No.
Abbas.
That's what this guy said.
I am shell-shocked.
Aditya Chopra.
Oh my God. How bad can you get?
Aditya Chopra's words, not mine.
It's not even... Moving on.
Jalasmi, what's your recommendation? My recommendation is कि इस बात से उभरो पहले.
I want to recommend a film called Shyam Singha Roy.
Okay.
It has Nani and Sai Pallavi in lead roles.
Nani?
किसकी?
Footballer?
My
Nani
grandmother?
is an actor.
Oh!
The Telugu actor.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Apologies.
Of course, you all didn't know. It's okay. Nani is a Telugu actor.
No, because we have a different reference for it. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Manchester United.
Yeah.
Of course.
Exactly.
Continue,
Spain.
Jalasmi.
Yeah, so it's a story about reincarnation, so to
Okay,
speak.
Karan Arjun.
But no, please, not Karan
Karan
Arjun.
Arjun is separation at
It's-
birth.
Yeah, it's also about a man trying to empower somebody, and there's a nice love story to
That's
it
rare.
and all of that. I am not good with descriptions, but I would really like to say the film is really good, and I think you all should watch it.
Where can we
कहाँ
find
पे
it?
देख सकते हैं?
Netflix.
Nice.
सही सब्सक्रिप्शन है.
तेरा क्या है स्नेल?
कोई दे दो यार सब्सक्रिप्शन नेटफ्लिक्स का. यार.
चारों मिलके लेते हैं इसके बाद.
क्या क्या तू कर ले
मेरे
क्या?
पास तो है.
हाँ,
यार
मेरे पास
जलस
भी
भी
है.
यार
हाँ, मेरा
हम दोनों तो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते.
Oh, by the way, Netflix is going to end sharing passwords, huh? Probably this
Yeah,
year.
I'll be
That's
saying
gonna
that for
end
2
Netflix
years.
then.
हाँ,
नहीं
I
हो
was,
पाएगा. नहीं हो
agreed,
पाएगा. फिर तो
agreed.
800 रुपए महीना तो नहीं हो पा रहा है. खाना खाना है मेरे को महीने में.
649 है यार अब.
तब भी नहीं हो पाएगा. Recession, fucker. Anyway, so my recommendation is I Love You Now Die, The Commonwealth versus Michelle Carter. ठीक है. So it's a 2-part documentary. 2 episodes हैं. एक घंटे का है, एक घंटा 18
On
मिनट का है.
what? Streaming on?
ये तुम्हें ढूंढना पड़ेगा.
Hotstar.
मुझे
Hotstar होगा ना HBO.
Hotstar पे नहीं है, I guess, because I tried finding it on Hotstar. It's not
Okay.
there. I found it on YouTube actually.
Okay.
So it's called I Love You Now Die, The Commonwealth versus Michelle Carter, and so it's on a case where the girl is charged with involuntary manslaughter. तो अभी जो केस है पूरा वो ये केस था कि जो लड़का था उसको सुसाइडल टेंडेंसीज थी एंड मिशेल कार्टर उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड थी एंड जब उसने सुसाइड किया और उसका जब फ़ोन बरामद हुआ तो उसमें ये पता चलता है कि जो लड़का था इन हिज लास्ट मोमेंट्स ही डिडंट वांट टू डू इट, लाइक ही गॉट स्कैर्ड, और लड़की ने उसको क्या कहते हैं उसे इंस्टिगेट किया कि यहाँ पुश किया दैट यू शुड डू इट एंड
What?
I mean that's the case.
दैट्स द केस. वो डिटेल्स अगर मैं बता दूंगा तो वो इंटरेस्ट जो है वो शो का वो खत्म हो जाएगा. सो द 2 एपिसोड्स, वन इज द गाइज केस एंड द अदर वन इज द डिफेंस. तो उसमें डिफेंस वाले एपिसोड में यू विल रियलाइज अ लॉट ऑफ अदर थिंग्स, स्टफ लाइक दैट. अभी जो मैंने तुम्हें बताया ये मेजर केस
Yeah.
है. So do find it.
Yeah, sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's by HBO. I'll repeat the name. It's I Love You Now Die, The Commonwealth versus Michelle Carter.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation for the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done? Are we done? Are we
Yes.
done? Are we done? Okay. Thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week with another episode of Pop.
Pop rap.
Because यही करते हैं
Yeah.
अपने पास और क्या ही काम है.
If we don't get cancelled.
If you don't get cancelled. Okay guys, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.